And
You know what?
go.
Welcome to another edition of Joe with Joe. How you doing, Rouse?
I'm good, man. I'm
Don't
good.
mind
Good
me.
morning.
I'm just
Good
doing
morning.
some. I'm just doing some fashion things over here. Don't mind me. You know
You doing some fashion things?
what episode of Joe with Joe with this is? I don't know what.
There you go, right there on the screen for you. Episode 1313.
Oh, we got to 13 already. Um. Yeah, man. Another beautiful morning. Very rainy morning here in Chicago.
I was about to
Um.
say, is it beautiful, man? It's been tsunami for like the last 2 days out here.
It is
Like,
a little windy out.
dude, going crazy, going crazy.
We are here. We are here on a man. Every sport's going on right now, and man, I don't know what to say about the pulse of the Chicago Bears. Sorry, the Chicago sports fan right now in general. Before we even get to the whole thing and everything, I mean, you're optimistic about the Bulls. You're pessimistic about the Bears. The Blackhawks haven't won yet, and that's where that's where you're at.
I mean, I'm only wearing this Cubs shirt because I've been wearing White Sox gear all weekend, and then the White Sox got eliminated. But I mean, it's just tough, man. But this is Joe with Joe, man. This is Joe with Joe. Let's just get into Joe with Joe, man.
And we'll start with Platinum Blend.
All right, let's start. But let's get our first cup of Joe in there. Here's our first Joseph Gregory fun fact of the week.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. That's a beautiful. I feel like it's my birthday or something. You know,
No,
my
it ain't
birthday
your
is
birthday,
July.
man. It ain't your
Sure?
yeah, we know your birthday is in July. We got we know your birthday is in July, man.
Explanation for stuff is still unknown. It is a fact. It is a fact. It is. That is. All these are no lies detected so far.
you really gonna like this next one.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean,
I
if you
think
get to
that's
know him, you'll
right.
be thinking the same thing. Ask Adams. I wish he was here.
Oh man. Man, you
Platinum
lucky
Blend.
he ain't here. You lucky he ain't here with that Davis Mills performance.
How about a platinum blend for both of the world? Two platinum blends, one for both of the World Series participants. The Braves finally got over that hex known as the Dodgers in the elimination game, and they finally got through. Eddie Rosario coming through some big hits, big moments for them in Game 6, and they win 5-2. They win the series 4-2, and also win that game 4-2. So shout out to the Braves. Shout out to the Astros holding off the Red Sox. Winning that
Yeah.
series 6 also. So Astros and the Braves will be the World Series. We'll talk about that later on. But both of them get a platinum blend. And how can you not have a platinum blend for Tom Brady? He sees a 12-year-old kid in the stands who has a sign that says, Tom Brady helped me beat brain cancer. He goes over there, gets the kid a game ball, and then just go over there and talk to him. It's like the kid in tears. That was terrific. And also, I guess he threw a 600 career touchdown.
Yes, he did. Yeah, because that was my platinum blend, man. I know it happened against my team and all, but I've been saying all season, Tom Brady been turning back the clock, man. I mean, he had the game, what was it, 5 TD passes and 400 yards a few weeks ago, or 4 TD passes for something like that. So, like, the first time he did that, and this man is 44 and still getting better, man. At this point, I really just want to see him play the 50, man. Like, salute to Tom Brady, a dude that for a long time I used to hate because I ain't like the Patriots like that.
National team on the Bucs was all right.
I mean, yeah, different. I want to see different teams win. The Bucs used to always be trash, so it's cool.
Pretty proper.
It's cool.
Well, speaking of trash, as Charles Tillman said about the Bears' performance yesterday, they literally went to Tampa Bay to kick a field goal. I got in my car as I got off work, and they was going back to the halftime highlights because I didn't know what the score was. I didn't get off work till like 5:07. So when I got in, it was the middle of halftime.
Yeah.
Going back to I got a cut up of the highlights on the radio, right? And then like Mike Evans touchdown. And like Mike Evans, I was the first of his 3 touchdown passes in the first half. I said, damn. Then I said, damn. Then they said the score, and I was like, damn, 35-3. What happened?
Hey man, I was at work yesterday. I was doing Chicago State soccer. We had a doubleheader. All I know is it was 28-3, and we still had a whole half of that game, of that soccer game to do. So I was like, man, it's pretty bad out here, bro. Pretty bad out here.
The only thing I know about this is I did see. Shout out to my good guy Polo. I did stop over his house. I stopped over his house after I got off work for a hot second yesterday, and I saw like a little snippet of the game. And when Justin Fields, was when he threw the interception to Desir, then he was just over there. Then he was just over there looking like a mixture of Tariq and Chance the Rapper over there pouting.
Come on, man.
He had his hat on with the do-rag with the 2 rings. Then he did his lips like this. And nobody, and that look right there. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Cause that's the I want to be mad, but I don't want y'all to see that I'm mad. Look, that's the.
There's no coach in sight. Where's the tablet at? Where's Bill Lazor? Where's Nat? I mean, there's nobody. They don't talk after he make mistakes like this. I mean,
apparently not.
I think Justin Fields is a very talented quarterback, but I think the Chicago coaching staff is setting them up for failure again. They have these rinky-dink, these small cop linemen again going to get some more elite offensive line. This is just the same thing that happened in Cleveland. Now, I thought his season was over on that last one. He was on the ground like that. I thought his season was over because I thought his shoulder got like caught up as he was coming forward. But the Bears game plan.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I told Polo? As I was watching the game, right before I left, you know what I told Polo? I say the Tampa Bay defense, these are 3rd and 4th.
You said you saw
cornerbacks. You know what I'm saying? These are like 3rd and 4th. I see myself. Can you see me? What I was telling Polo was, I'm sure he'll be right back. These are 3rd and 4th, 5th string cornerbacks. Yeah. And Matt Nagy, huh? Yeah, I'm great.
I see you, Joe. What's up? You talking about the Buccaneers and you talking about the Buccaneers? I heard you. I hear you. Go ahead.
They're down to like the 3rd and 4th string cornerbacks. Okay, they're decimated in the secondary. Yeah. You saw Atlanta get 25 points on Tampa Bay. They lost the game, but they put up 25. Philly lost the game, but they put up 22. I mean, you only get 3 points against this secondary. The secondary right now is. I mean, how many yards did Justin Fields throw for yesterday?
I don't have it in front of me. I don't have it in front of me right now. Let me get that for you.
I'm gonna get it in front of me.
Let me get to that. Let me get to that, man.
You can say something about it.
No, all I was gonna say, he had 184. He had 184 yesterday against Tampa Bay. But what I wanted to say was I kept seeing people saying that they thought this was gonna be the game that got Matt Nagy fired. But all I was thinking is like, why would this be the game that broke? Why would this be the straw that broke the camel's back? I mean, you going up against the defending champs. You knew I came into this game knowing the Bears were gonna probably get blown out 38-3. I probably said that. Probably gonna lose 38-3 last week. Jokingly, but I probably expected them to really lose this game. I feel like for Nagy to lose his job, the Bears got to lose next week. I feel like next week is a do-or-die game against the Niners.
I got 2 names for you for the next 2 weeks: Nick Bosa and T.J. Watt. Okay, just think about those 2 people and these tackles that these Bears are trolling out here. They gonna get this man. Why don't they call runs for Justin Fields?
I don't know, man. Got to open up the playbook.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm gonna let y'all have this, man. No tablet, no interaction with the coaches after mistakes or something.
You can see me.
You know what I said right home? You know what I said right home? I said you can't put Dalton in the game, really, because even I know this is like garbage time for the whole second half, but this could be a good learning experience for Justin Fields right now. And he said in the press conference he's never been through anything like this as far as all this losing and everything. He's never been through a losing experience or whatever. And that's really how he looked like he was on the bench.
Yeah.
And I just hope the Bears aren't setting this man up for failure. Because I saw how they handled the last top pick that they got at this position.
He holding
And the main
tablets now.
similarity that I saw was, I'm like, damn, there ain't no interaction with the coach afterwards. They just let you go sit over there. They don't look at no tablet. I mean, look at the tablet and get mad and throw it down or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He throw it down. Get
you know
mad
what
and
I'm
throw
saying?
it down or
Just
something.
let you go over there and sit over there and look like, I mean, the camera gonna be in your face all the time and it's supposed to be the savior, for the Bears and everything. You know what I'm saying? And now we look at these next 2 weeks. You say this game wouldn't get them fired, right?
You know what though?
About the
Hey,
next
first
two
off,
games. Think
am
about the
I
next two
frozen?
games.
Hey Joe, can you see me? Am
I
I
can't see
frozen?
you.
I'm frozen.
I cannot see you.
All right, give me 1 second. But what I was gonna say is this is why I didn't want him in the game in the first place, because you got no line out there. You got no O line. He out there running for his life, going up against the defending champs, man. Like, what? I mean, yes, you want to see him get out there and get some game action, but this is not a good look, man. He out there running for his life, getting sacked, throwing picks. It's just, what does that do for a quarterback's confidence? It does the same thing it did for Mitch Trubisky's confidence.
Well, think about the next 2 weeks. The 49ers and the Steelers, they're not the best teams. And the Bears they play the right way. They could probably win both of these games. But at the same token, they probably could lose both of these games. You know what I'm saying? We talk about these coaches they're going up against, and Mike Tomlin and Kyle Shanahan. And we know Pittsburgh has been struggling. We talk about San Francisco first, who lost last night to the Colts. They're trying to figure it out themselves at the quarterback position. They're almost in about the same position as the Bears, trying to figure out is it Jimmy Garoppolo or is it Trey Lance, the incumbent. Right now, they got helped out a little bit by the injury situation last night with Trey Lance being hurt. They tried Jimmy G. He didn't have the best night. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens next week at Soldier Field.
Can you see me now?
I can see you now.
Okay. So, now, what I want to say about the Niners, that's why I think that game between the Bears and the Niners is the one where if Nagy loses, that might do it. The Bears lose, that might be it for Nagy, because that's a game with the season on the line. You're 3-4. You got about level competition. You look like, you've got some pretty good wins this season. The Niners, they got win. They got a win against Detroit, and then they got a pretty lucky win. They got a pretty lucky win against Detroit early this year, where they dominated, but Detroit still came back and made it close. So for the Bears, you got a chance next week to get to 500. So I think the season is on the line next. Nagy's job is on the line. I think it's on the line against the Niners next week.
Man, I just don't get why this team continues to struggle like this. Well, I do get it why they struggle like this offensively. They have no imagination with the play calling, and their offensive line is terrible. And they don't help the offensive line and keep calling.
But the thing is, you could fool me with the way they run the ball sometimes. The way they run the ball sometimes, you could fool me into thinking this is this team is one of the best offensive teams in the league sometimes. When they run the ball.
But when they run the ball, drop back, they have 5-step drop backs with these 5 mall cops. You can't do it. They don't shit. Yeah. They don't help them anything. They leave them out there like they really pro ball people or something. Against Shaq Barrett, good luck with that. Against Jason Pierre-Paul, against Tyron and them, the Dominican Sue. Good luck with that.
Hey, shout out to my dad. He was watching the game. He was like, "Man, this Bears O-line is terrible. That dude, Jason Peters, man." He just go
pick up his check like this.
You found Joe.
Pick up his check like this. He in public like this right now. He's probably at Walmart like this right now.
Peters, man. Oh man.
Yeah. Went to see him last week, but that's not Jason Peters walking in Walmart right now. What do you say if you behind him at the Walmart line? He's big as hell. He'll whoop your ass.
And then he wear number 71, man. That's James Big Cat Williams' number, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
He messing up the
legacy. Hey, shout out James Big Cat Williams.
That was his number in Philly. So you said he couldn't wear the number?
Cruz. Shout out Olin Cruz and James Big Cat
Williams, y'all should have retired the number then. Y'all ain't retired the number,
y'all. Don't y'all me. I ain't a part of the Bears organization. We talking Bulls. You can't y'all me unless we talking Bulls and we talking G League.
Unless we talking Bulls and what?
G League. Let's be talking Windy City Bulls. Don't y'all me.
Wow.
All right, you can y'all me. You can y'all me. You know I'm a Bears fan like that. You know.
Hey man,
See, just hey, I be y'alling you when I wear this shirt. I be y'alling you.
hey, I hope they ain't setting him up to be Bustin Fields when he really talented enough to be Justin Fields, man. I just hope they ain't setting him up for failure, man, because I'm not liking how they handling him so far.
No, I feel you.
Other NFL,
it's just that, like I said, they'd been better off staying with Dalton until he got hurt.
yeah, man. I mean, you heard what I said about the early in the season. I thought they would be in the playoff contention at least till to the end of the season. 3 and 4, you're still in it. You know, you're not out of it, but the expectation, people looking at your team like these guys ain't in it. That's what they starting to feel like. The assets not looking like he's part of. Other NFL action: Joe Burrow and the Bengals put on probably the performance of the season, possibly yesterday, as they scored the last 28 points and routing the Baltimore Ravens 41-17. Burrow threw for 416 yards and 3 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns to Jamar Chase, rookie here at 8 catches and 201 yards. That was an 82-yard spectacular breakaway from 3 defenders and hit him with the spin move and B button and then go A button and keep hitting the X button and touchdown all the way to the end zone. I mean, man, they was talking big stuff during the they talked a lot of trash during the week talking about Lamar Jackson was just a running back playing quarterback and they came and bagged it up. Hendrickson
I'm about to say
the
final. Hey, I'm about to say that final score. Final score proved them right.
I mean, wow. I mean, they had to put everybody in the AFC on notice yesterday if they hadn't been on notice already. And now move to 5-2.
Yesterday was AFC Notice Day. AFC Notice Day. When you talk about Tennessee, you talk about the Raiders smoking the Eagles, Cincinnati with a win. A few statement wins in the AFC yesterday. But Cincinnati, man, Cincinnati has been everything I thought Detroit and Miami was going to be this year. Cincinnati has gone leaps and bounds past those teams who I thought had better quarterbacks coming into the season. I'm just saying.
I was just thinking,
coming off the ACL, you wouldn't expect.
I didn't mean to do that at your point. I was thinking about something else when you mentioned Detroit. When you mentioned Detroit, the first thing that flashed in my head was 0 for 5 in the red zone. God. It was AFC, but Tennessee has put people on notice what they did to Buffalo. Then you bag it up with the Kansas City all in 1 week. They definitely got people on notice in the AFC. So I mean, the Chiefs are like they're out of it for right now. Got to dismiss them, I think, a little bit right now.
No, I can't say that. I can't say that just because they got Mahomes. I can't dismiss the Chiefs, man.
What's the record right now?
3-4, but that's okay. That Super Bowl hangover. I chop it up to Super Bowl hangover.
When y'all gonna drink the tomato juice and have the egg, and whenever gonna knock the hangover out, man. You halfway. They don't look like a team that could just. They don't look like the regular cheap team that could just run off 6 or 7 in a row, especially with how their schedule is and who they've already played. There's gonna be a lot of tiebreakers lost right now already.
I agree with that, but you know what the thing is with Kansas City? It's not necessarily their offense. I think it's more so their defense is god awful, like just god awful. Can't stop a runny nose. Like, man, dude, it is getting rough out here for this Kansas City defense. But I wanted to get back to Cincinnati real quick, man. Jamar Chase, I think, making a major case for Rookie of the Year. 1, and number 2. Cincinnati, they won that game by 24. That is the largest margin of victory Cincinnati has ever had against Baltimore. Think about what that might mean. Think about all the years they've been playing since 1990. All the games they've played since 1996. And that's the first time Cincinnati's won by 24. So, there you go, Cincinnati.
Think about Cincinnati. Last year, they draft Burrow, right?
Yeah.
Offensive line really ain't all that good. Get hurt. ACL tip.
So they the Bears of the AFC.
You get another good high draft pick this year, but you do great in free agency. You hit on Henderson, you hit on Von Bell and your safety. You make great all these free agent pickups. You draft Chase, and all of a sudden you're 5-2 in the thick of things.
And draft Chase and line help. Like, because I remember when we did the draft show, and I was saying, man, Cincinnati, man, I love what they did in that draft. Getting Chase, a target for Burrow, and line help. So You got to shout out, hey, shout out Zach Taylor, man. Shout out Zach Taylor and the Bengals, 5-2 right now.
5-2, doing what it do. Kyler the creator.
First place.
Kyler the creator.
Oh, you should have wrote that. You should have wrote that, man. You were Kyler MVP. You should put that in there, man.
I should have. I've been saying it for the last however long. And don't call the Texans if they late. Whip them 31 to a nickel. Shout out to Justin.
Shout out Justin. Shout out my friend Justin Adams. Shout out to bro. What's up, man? I mean, you know what kind of season. Hey, I told him they should be happy to try to get 4 games. They'd be lucky to win 4 this year, man. What's that? 5 points? That's how many points they had?
31-5. Kyler Murray, 3 more touchdowns. The Cardinals, bro. You finna find out a lot. This is the biggest Thursday night game. We do have a students of the game. I believe it's Thursday. Don't I believe?
Yes.
Are you available Thursday?
We are back Thursday.
So that means we're gonna be in progress with one of the possible games of the year will be going on. You see, these Cardinals are taking on the Packers on Thursday night football. Packers also are rolling.
Where they at?
24-10. I believe that game will be in Arizona.
Oh, that's not going. Hey, Arizona and Green Bay, they tend to have like really good playoff games. I remember that one playoff classic they had, but I think Arizona gonna roll Green Bay in this one though. Arizona's they just clicking.
I'm kind of leaning that way too. Playmakers all over the field on defense and offense. Defense very underrated. Buda Baker having a Pro Bowl type of year back there. J.J. Watt, Chandler Jones up front. And then Cliff Kingsbury in that offense. I mean, they have weapons everywhere. A.J. Green has been rejuvenated. DeAndre Hopkins, man, possibly the best receiver in the league. Then you add on Christian Kirk and the rookie Rondale Moore. Now you adding Zach Ertz to the mix, who stepped in with a touchdown right off the bat yesterday. So, I mean, man, he's got weapons everywhere. Plus, he can run.
All I can think about is when I wanted the Bears to draft Buda Baker, but we got Eddie Jackson instead, which I'm still cool with. But they just trending in different directions right now. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man.
On shoulder bump Jackson.
Oh man. Hey man, don't do that, man. Hey, that man was next. Hey, Ed Reed even said he was next his rookie year. Leave him alone, man.
All right.
Leave the man alone.
Hey, I didn't see he was at working last Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So when I started the more and more I look at that highlight when he just bumped Devontae Adams when he was you ain't safety when you're safety playing like that. You'll never be safe. But yeah, man, the Cardinals, man, they look like they're on point. Can't wait to see what happens against these Packers on Thursday night football. But Tennessee, 2 wins in 1 week. One against Buffalo, and then beating Kansas City in the manner in which they did. Derrick Henry, 29 more carries. Don't look like he's slowing down at all. Titans like they picking up momentum after a rough start when they got beat at home badly by the Cardinals. I guess we didn't know how good the Cardinals were then. Now we know how good they are. Tennessee's trying to pick up some steam now. I thought that was a big win when they got that win against Seattle. That really kind of got them going.
And that was and I totally agree with you because Seattle had that game in hand. So and that was when Russell Wilson, I kept saying, I was coming over here saying, man, he looked like the MVP after 2 weeks. But then, he got hurt, and ever since then, Tennessee's been on a roll. But the thing that stuck out to me the most was Derrick Henry throwing the TD pass yesterday, man.
Oh, they're going in the bag now.
All I could think about was that scene in Friday Night Lights. Here, I'll just show you. Instead of telling you, I'll just show you.
I'm telling you, that boy can flat out play football. Ow! And he can pass.
And he can pass. That's all I can think about, man. That scene in Friday Night Lights, man. That boy can flat out play football. And he can pass.
Then you saw the trick play yesterday with the Patriots and Kendrick Bourne hitting Nelson Aguilar. So
shout out, Derek. Hey, One more time for Derrick Henry, man, so you can sneeze. One more time for Derrick Henry.
That boy can flat out play football. Out, and he can pass.
That's all I can think about, man. That's all I can think about after Derrick Henry threw that TD pass, man. I see you getting the tissue, man. It's all good, man. But we here. NFL Week 7, Chicago Bears lost to Tampa Bay. The Packers beat Washington 24-10. Atlanta beat Miami 30-28. The Giants beat the Panthers 25-3. The Rams would have come back. The Rams would have come back over the Lions, man. As the Lions fall to 0-7.
Hey, I'm saying that. Over 5 in the red zone. What's going on with them in the red zone? You saw them in the red zone against they great from the 20 to the 20. They'll kick your ass offensively from the 20 to the 20. But when they get inside the 20, they just kick field goals. They had 4 field goals yesterday.
So basically, what you're telling me,
53-yard touchdown catch and run by DeAndre Swift which helped me in fantasy immensely. You see what I'm
right?
And then they did that.
Hey man, so what you telling me? So what you telling me is that if I wanted to be scary in Detroit for Halloween, I should paint a goal line in front of me.
Something like that. So we're still waiting for them to gouge people. We're still waiting for them to gouge people's eyes and bite people in the knee traps like he said he was going to do in the offseason. Never did it.
Anybody else stood out to you? Got us.
So anybody else stand up to me yesterday?
Huh? Yeah, anybody stood out to you in yesterday's games?
Let me see. Looking back, thinking. I watch always like how you're playing. I think that was a good win. Even though it was only the Eagles, I thought that was a pretty solid win. The way they performed with the Raiders.
As Denver,
I mean, Mac Jones putting up. I mean, they put up Astro numbers on the Jets that stood out a little bit on me. I mean, Zach Wilson getting hurt, but
it's the Jets.
Other than that, yeah. So it's like I'm trying to find something that really excited me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited about this Monday night game.
Yeah, I am too. Cause
you know why I'm excited about this Monday night game?
I'm gonna tell you why. My fantasy opponent got Alvin Kamara, and I'm up 21. So. So I need big deliciousness to lose, man.
You know why this is a game that's like worth watching?
Why is that?
Because it's Jameis Winston against Geno Smith, and it's like anything can happen. The first 2 weeks, Geno Smith has played very well. Tyler Lockett tripped as he was throwing the ball. The last week he got stripped in overtime, so he's been close. I don't know if the Saints are wearing white tonight. With this color pattern, they might wear black.
The white shirts.
Might go white shirts. White shirts play against Washington 4 touchdowns. Told you white shirts. When they lose, they wear black. So I'm interested to see if they wear white tonight.
So what you telling me is they should bring back them bronze jerseys that they had that one year, so they could be in the middle. So that way, let Jameis fill it out a little bit.
I mean, it's a Monday night game. You never know with Seattle. How about the Packer uniforms yesterday? I know you don't like the Packers.
What they had, the blue ones? I didn't have a chance to watch that game.
They had the all green with the all yellow helmet.
Okay. That's decent. That's decent. Not bad. I mean, I still don't like no Packers, but hey, real quick, man. While we got a chance, man, Polo was in the chat. He said Polo here. And Coleslaw said the Chiefs have been exposed.
Yeah. Shout out to one of my best friends in the world, Ray, because he an avid Chiefs fan, like I'm an avid Cowboys fan. The only thing I can tell him right now is, I don't know.
Hang in there, bro.
Barbecue. Now, y'all lost the barbecue ball yesterday, Tennessee, and y'all look bad doing it.
The barbecue bowl.
Yeah. But they tell Mahomes to concussion protocol, and he's gonna be all right. So I don't know what to say about these Chiefs right now, man. You gotta find some. You gotta do something defensively, man. The defense has been exposed. It's some real bad just units in the NFL. and that's
Hey,
one
I
of them.
agree.
The Chiefs defense,
Bears
the
O-line.
The Bears offensive line, the Seahawks defense ain't all that either. They might. That's why I said this game tonight is so interesting because it's Jameis Winston. Can he take advantage of it? But they did look good last week against Pittsburgh. I can't say in the second half and help them come back and get that game over time. So it's gonna be a very, very interesting game.
Let me ask you this though: Broncos and Panthers, have they been exposed?
Broncos and the Panthers. Well, the Panthers have, I think.
Yeah, they both been exposed.
Sam
You think they've
Darnold.
been exposed?
Sam Darnold is starting to revert to Sam Darnold. He wasn't Sam Darnold the first 3 weeks. Once he went to Dallas, he became Sam Darnold.